This is going to be the Group 1 overview, and this will show you kind of a step-by-step process on how to get your Group 1 background check. So first of all, here we're going to go to the website www.gp1.com, and that's going to take you to this site here. And what we'll need to do is to click on this button for student screening. So once you click on this button here, it will take you to this site here, which is like a second page in. And then in this site, we'll need to click this button right here, which will get us into the actual process. Now, this is the next page after we click that key, and this will essentially take you through it. Please read all of this information here, and then you'll need to click the continue arrow to go to the next section. Now, in this place here, we're going to pick our school, and in order here, the state is going to be Oklahoma, then we're going to pick Redlands Community College, and then the discipline, which is Emergency Medical Technician or EMT. Now after that, this little add symbol, we'll need to hit that, and this is what this will do, is add this section right down here to your background check. So they already kind of know what Redlands Community College wants. Hit continue. Student background verification still continued here, and this is going to tell you what it's actually going to be looking at, this area here. So criminal research, sex offender, previous address search, criminal history, compliance with federal exclusions, compliance with state and regular registries and sanctions, and Social Security number verification. And then once you've read all of this, please hit the continue arrow. And please again read all of this section. And you need to click on I agree to continue with this. And then after that, hit continue. This is a section to where you start filling out your full name and address. So I put some erroneous information here like John Doe, but fill out your name, your middle name, or if you have no middle name, check this box right here. If you're male or female, and then your Social Security number, date of birth, your email address, and a phone number you can be reached at. Your current address that you are living in, and what city and state, and the zip code. Once you're done with that, hit continue, and it'll go to the screen here. Now this section here is any other names that you've used, like an alias or you might be known as. You can add multiple names, so there can be add last names to this as well if you've had another last name, like if you've been married and then divorced. This section here is your addresses for the last 7 years. Now every time that you run out of room here, if you've moved a lot in the last 7 years, keep hitting the addresses so it'll go 7 years back. Once you're done with this section, hit continue. And once you're at this spot, this kind of identifies all of your information that you put in so far. Your current address, your previous addresses, any prior names that you've had, and so on. So be sure that all that information is correct. And then once you get done with that, hit continue again. Now, this is where we get to the method of payment. There are two methods of payment for this. One is pay by a payment code, and method one, if the school or business that you work for or that you've contracted under has paid for your background in advance, then they'll have a code for you. Method two, and this is the one that Redlands Community College goes underneath, Pay by credit card is this option, and this is if the school has not paid that, and you, the student, are responsible for that. And this is the version if you're in the distance learning courses at Redlands Community College that you will be going with. But we'll talk about both of them. This is the pay by payment code. So in this section here, you would click on this option and then hit continue, and that will take you to a payment code. Now the code that you've been given, please type it in here into this this dialog box, if you will, and then after that hit continue. And there will be a few more things that you have to do after that. Keep hitting continue until the process is done. This is option 2, which is pay by credit card, and this would be the student's responsibility. We would click on to pay by credit card and then hit continue. Afterwards, this again will go to another screen in which you will choose what type of credit card you actually have, whether it be Visa or MasterCard, and then the name on the card, the number, billing address. Fill all of this out. The code on the back of the card is what that is, and after that hit continue. Now again, this will go through a couple more processes and a couple more continuations, but please keep hitting continue to finish this process. If you have any questions on this process, please feel free to contact the clinical coordinator at Redlands Community College. Contact information for the clinical coordinators: Mary Pugh, Program Clinical Coordinator. Office is 405-422-6240. Mobile of 405-314-7844. Email mary.pugh@redlandscc.edu. Alternate clinical coordinator is going to be David Gushaw. Mobile 405-274-3746, and his email is gushawd@imsa.net. Thank you very much.